Buenos Dias Gunners Collective. Back at it like a smack addict. And as you can tell right there by that thumbnail, yes, indeedy, I'm going to write graffiti on this fucking bus. Hopefully, I don't get caught. If I do, I ain't tripping, man. Against the grain on some shit. And speaking about against the grain, man, we here with one brother that was against the grain his whole life, man. Been fighting through the struggle. Mr. Wag Deuce, a certified white crip out of San Diego, you know? So, without further ado, man, we're going to talk about High Desert and the level 4 yard, you know, because not many people have walked that yard. That's the most treacherous, dangerous yard in the state of California. I was about to say the country. It is like a motherfucking country around this motherfucker. We're medieval with this shit. Anyways, man, without further ado, what's up, Whack?
What's cracking? What's cracking, God?
Oh man, I'm just trying to live a little bit. Trying to maintain. So trip out, man. Level 4, man, High Desert. Man, how was it, my brother? Man, I already know without asking, but I
Man,
know the viewers want to know.
I'm just gonna say, Hot Desert is a beast of its own, bro. I mean, literally, you hear stories about it, and you know, I heard stories about it, bro. Let me start from the beginning. So when I hit the pen in '97, Pelican Bay was like the uh, haunted house, bro. Prisons like you go to Pelican Bay, it's going down. You know what I mean? But you heard stories about other pens like Salinas Valley and then Hot Desert. You know what I'm saying? But as time went on, going through Tehachapi, going through the shoe in Tehachapi and all that, and then they had that big ass riot up there in Pelican Bay that everybody has seen a million times on YouTube between the blacks and the Southsiders. And I think I want to say that was February of 2000, if I'm not mistaken. And so what happened was because of that riot, they closed down. They basically shut Pelican Bay down as far as normal programming. They shut that shit down. So what they did was they shipped everybody to High Desert. So
Mm.
now you had all the assholes from Pelican Bay. Now all the assholes were in High Desert. And keep in mind of the geographical location of High Desert being in Susanville, California. Now, if you're not from California or up north, just picture being in the middle of nowhere with a bunch of motherfucking uh, racist motherfuckers, and that's all that prison that prison is the town's main income. So everybody in that town damn near works for the prison or has somebody that works in the prison. So you got a bunch of racist motherfuckers that run that motherfucker, and it's called the White House for a reason because that is the mainstay, the power, if you will, of the woods.
Okay, okay. So let's take it from there, man. So you get to High Desert, man, and automatically, you know what I mean? You're a white crip, been doing it, been through reception, been through Tehachapi,
You
established.
know,
Now you get
Lancaster. You know,
Lancaster. Now you're getting to a whole new animal. You're getting a High Desert level 4 yard, the White House, and you're absolutely right. That's what it's been called for many years. The White House. You're getting there, and there's a whole lot of woods on the yard and your own people. How's everybody looking at you?
so look, let's just start. Let's start at R&R. So I get off the bus, bam. Now, on the way up there, it took us 2 days to get from Lancaster to Hot Desert. So we laid over in like I want to say either Wasco or Delano. I'm not sure. I forgot which one. And then the next day we got back on the bus in our fucking paper jumpsuits and finished the trip to Hot Desert. Now on that ride was a couple homies. The homie Mousy from Park Village, Compton Crib. He had just came out of the shoe in Tehachapi. And I remember him saying to me, bro, on the bus, he's like, man, he's like, damn, Whack, they trying to kill you, bro. And I'm like, man, he was like, man, they sending you to High Desert, bro. All you got left is, you know what I mean, like 2 years left, bro. And I'm like, man. He was like, yeah, bro. He said, High Desert is a whole nother, you know what I'm saying, a whole nother thing within itself. So I'm like, I'm already knowing. So, anyways, we get up there to High Desert, man. We get to R&R, man, and you could just tell by the police, bro. Just as soon as you know what I'm saying, as they're taking off my waist chains and my shackles and the handcuffs and shit, you could just tell their attitude, man, of you know their little fucking air of their air of superior, thinking they were superior than you, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some COs that are like that, but these motherfuckers, you could tell, like, you know what I mean? And so they started separating motherfuckers by race, you know what I'm saying? Put them in the little holding tanks in the R&R. And so the one lady was trying to escort me, and she was walking me over towards the white holding tank. Now, of course, I ain't gonna say nothing, bro. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do what I do. You know what I mean? You put me up in there, it's gonna be problems. But I ain't gonna tell the police nothing. You know what I mean? So, anyways, one of the other COs was like, "Nah, he goes in with the blacks. He's a Crip." And I bullshit you not, bro. Everybody in R&R stopped. Like, it seemed like everything just stopped. Everybody looked up like he's a Crip. So, anyways, I get in the holding cell and shit. I'm sitting there chopping up. They give us our little sack lunches and shit and tell us to shut the fuck up. And I notice on the wall it says there's a motherfucking pair of old ass cowboy boots, bro. And it says, "Welcome to High Drama." There's a fucking sign in R&R that says that. And so I'm like, what kind of fucking place am I at, man? And I bullshit you not, gun. I didn't last that long in that tank, man. The IGI captain came and got me. The sergeant, a sergeant came. Sergeant of the IGI came and got me. Took me off to there's a little, I guess one of their little offices right there in R&R. And the IGI captain was in there, and he was like, "Look, man," he said, "I don't care where you been. I don't give a fuck who you are, who you know, what you did." He said, "Man, this is hot desert." And he said, "I got the brand running around on this yard up here, and they're not going to be, and to be honest with you, they're not going to be happy having a white Crip running around on their fucking yard." He said, "Every white Crip that we've had come up here didn't even last over a week." He said, "So look, man, you should just go ahead and lock it up. I'll send you the ad seg and get you on the next bus up out of here." I said, "Man, check this out. Are you running a daycare center here, or are you running a motherfucking prison? Which one are you running?" And he's kind of like shocked, and I'm like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, "Look, man, if you're done talking, I've been done talking. So go ahead and send me back to the motherfucking to the holding tank, man, and put me in find my cell. Hurry up, I'm tired." And so they literally made me sign a release form, bro. Now, it ain't the first time that it's happened. It's happened a couple times, you know what I'm saying, where I had to sign a fucking waiver stating that they weren't, that they had let me know the imminent danger and the threat against my life by known white inmates, right?
Yeah.
And that I wouldn't hold them responsible. So I signed that motherfucker like, fuck it, you feel me? Yeah. So I hit the yard, bro, and go up in the cell with the homie and shit. Luckily, like I said, I had a homie on the bus with me and shit, so we end up being cellies and shit. Hit orientation, come out and shit. And the first thing I noticed, bro, honestly, like, the thing that stuck out the most was I've never been to a pen where the white boys, and I don't say this with being disrespectful. One thing about me, bro, is that I've never hated the white boys. For me going to war with them, I've never hated them, bro. I've always understood it as business. I always looked at it as business. That way there's no personal feelings involved. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start, "Oh, man, why is this happening? And why you motherfuckers keep doing?" Like, motherfucker, you know why they doing it. You know what I mean? You're a white Crip. Like, you're a white blood. Like, you hang out with the black. That's why they're doing it, bro. Stop making it personal. It's not about you, the individual. It's about what the fuck you're doing and what you're about. You know what I'm saying? And once you learn how to separate that, then it gets kind of easier, bro. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the thing that I noticed, bro, that stuck out was how deep them motherfuckers were, bro. Like, I had never been to a yard. Now, keep in mind, bro, I'm coming from Lancaster. Lancaster is a black prison, bro. Most COs and MTAs and free staff and all that in Lancaster are black, bro. You know what I mean? So I done went from one extreme to the other, and I'm talking about there's a gang of these fools. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, look, I'm standing at the door, looking out my door, and I'm like, God damn, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get a picture of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? So when the doors crack, I at least know what the fuck I'm facing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, God damn, these motherfuckers is deep. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like every other cell was skinheads, bro.
Most
And
definitely. Yeah.
that's what stuck out, bro. It was, and then the homies. So I got a thing, bro. This is how I do it, dog. Like after the first time that I got into it with the woods ever, bro, I never waited on the homies to go talk to the woods because at the end of the day, homie, it's on me, homie. They're not tripping on the homies. They're tripping on me. So look, I'm gonna go holler at the shot caller. I don't want to holler at none of your minions. I don't want to holler at your torpedoes. I want to holler. You got the keys to the yard, homie. You got the llaves. Man, hey, look, check this out, homie. Man, I'm Whack Deuce, homie, from San Diego Crib, homie. If you got a problem, homie, me and you, let's handle that, bro. And 9 times out of 10, I'm putting them Johnny on the spot. They don't know how to come back from that. They don't know how to read because you're catching them off guard. You know what I'm saying? Oh
Yeah.
no, man. It's good. You know what I mean? Or some of the times the motherfuckers will be like, whatever. But so what I did was, you know what I'm saying? I hit the yard. We sent a couple kites out to the homies while we were in orientation. So basically, the homies knew that we were coming. Come out, you know what I'm saying? And the first thing a motherfucker did was go holler at the woods, and it happened to be the one dude that had the yard had been in the Tehachapi shoe with me. So I knew who he was, and he knew who I was. And so it was kind of like, it was. I wouldn't say it wasn't. There wasn't a relationship there, but it was. There was. We were being cordial with each other. You know what I'm saying? And but it was just the whole feel, bro, of being there, getting there, seeing the numbers, seeing how the police acted. Um, you could just tell that you were in a fucked. You were if you were a Russian, you were in Siberia, bro. That's how, you know what I'm saying? Like you knew that uh, these motherfuckers could kill you out here, bro. You know what I mean? And they did it before. They could kill a motherfucker, homie, and write it up and dress it up and make it look like something else, and them motherfuckers would get away with it, bro.
Oh, most definitely. You was behind enemy lines for sure, you know. And then being totally against the grain. I mean, yeah,
Man,
yeah. The wiggle was not real. The wiggleization was very slim. So, what's the makeup of this yard as far as? Okay, we know the whites are well established. It's been like that, man, since when I was down. Everyone knew that was the White House. But there's a lot of other group segments as far as norteños, sureños, others.
so
What's the makeup there, and how are they wiggling, man?
so the Northerners were probably the Northerners were deep, keeping in mind of how uh, short in numbers they are in compared to the Southsiders in reality. You know what I mean? But so on that yard though, the Northerners they had a good foothold, bro. They had a good stronghold, homie. They were a good, they had a good sized car, homie, and they handled their business. Kept that shit very well, well oiled and polished, bro. You know what I'm saying? And kept it pushing. The Southsiders were kind of like they were less. There wasn't as many Southsiders as there was Northerners. Actually, you know what, homie? The Southsiders on that yard, honestly, was I'm not gonna and I mean this in no disrespectful way at all. I'm not even trying to. I don't do that, bro. I know a lot of people try to throw underhanded jabs and all that. Look, man, I don't have a horse in the race, bro, anymore, so I could give a fuck less. But so I say this with all due respect. That that yard reminded me of the yard in Lancaster with the Southsiders, where there just wasn't uh, enough of them, bro, to where it was like they were out there just on Front Street, just you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you go to you say you hit fucking Chino or you hit I don't know Wasco or whatever, homie, and the Southsiders are just Front Street. You know what I'm saying? Like you could tell they're the deepest car in the pen. You know what I'm saying, or on the yard. Where it wasn't like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Lancaster on D yard, the Southsiders were kind of they were kind of short too. You know what I'm saying? As far as people. And the same thing that goes in Hot Desert. So the whites were deep. The Northerners had a decent sized car. Southerners not too many. But they weren't super short. But I mean, it just normally, anywhere else they would have been deeper than that. But
Yeah, by
anyways,
comparison, normally they're the predominant force, and that's right off the top.
right,
Yeah.
yeah, and they're on C upper now. You know what I'm saying? Because So High Desert is, I want to say I don't remember what A yard was. I think that might have been a level 3 or something, or something. I know B yard used to be a 270 yard GP. C yard where I was on C upper. They had C upper and C lower, and then they had D upper and D lower. And Ad Seg was on D yard. And I want to say EOP was over there too on D yard. But yeah, so on C upper, the Mexicans, the Southsiders weren't deep like that, bro. The others, on C yard, they had a little bit. You know what I mean? They had their little car. You know what I'm saying? And then the black. So you had a decent amount. You know what I mean? But not really a lot. But I mean enough to, enough to hold it down if something cracked, and eventually it did, and we were outnumbered like 3-1, but motherfuckers handled their business, bro, and did what they were supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's for the most part, that's usually how it is, man. Coming from being a northerner and you a Crip, our numbers are always short. It's just what it is, man. That's part of what it is, man. And usually, the white boys they be short too, man. But going the more up north you go, and I mean way up north, like High Desert, Susanville, like that, they seem to be sending the white boys there, man. It's like their preference. It seems like. So I know, I heard a myth or a story that over there in High Desert, man, if they don't meta flight you up out of there, it's not a successful move, right? Guys are getting
that's what they used to say, bro. Hey, if you're not, hey, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I ain't heard that in a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, if they don't, if that medevac don't fly and hit the yard, bro, it's not you didn't do your job, bro.
Yeah, you didn't do your job right. So this is what I heard. If that man can get up and walk away, man, you're on the next one smoking. They're gonna show you how to really do it, how to really wiggle. So
Man,
what was some of the craziest shit you seen on that yard, man, in comparison to where other places you've been?
Let's see. So one thing for sure that sticks out in my mind. I mean, I'm gonna tell you about an incident in a minute. But one thing that sticks out in my mind, bro, is the number of stabbings a week, bro. I mean, it was like, jeez. I'll put it to you like this, bro. So, my time in Honda, I think I spent like 15 months there or something. I don't know. I don't remember. But anyways, that short amount of time compared to the rest of the time I did all over the state of California, I saw more stabbings combined in High Desert than I did in all the other prisons I've been to combined.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In that short amount of time. And it was like, bro, it went from the white boys to the northerners to the southerners to the Damus, to the others, up, nope, now it's back to the northerners. Up, nope, now the southerners. Up, now the white boys and the southerners. You know what I mean? It was just an ongoing, like just a bloodbath, bro. You know what I'm saying? And so the worst thing I seen, and I'm for purposes that I don't know, I don't know if what the outcome of the court case was and all that. So I'm not going to say what group it was. I'll just say they're Mexican. They threw one of their homies a spread. It was his birthday, in the day room. They waited for the closed beat count, the dude to come do to finish the closed beat count. I'm on the phone about 10 feet away. I'm on the phone back to the wall. You know how we do it. On the phone, chopping up with my folks. These motherfuckers getting loaded in the day room. Do they homie a spread. As soon as dude popped the door to go to the other section and closed that door, two motherfuckers was on this dude and was stabbing him. Then they got him to the ground. One dude sat on him and was just poking away in this nigga chest. And I'm watching this shit from 10 feet away, bro. And I watched this motherfucker take his last breaths on earth, bro, in front of me, where air bubbles were coming out of his chest where he had been hit, right? And that stuck with me, bro. To this day, I have nightmares about that shit, bro. And yeah.
Yeah,
that was some ugly shit, bro.
yeah, that was real life in High Desert, man. High Desert, for some reason, and I don't know what it is. I think everyone's upset and angry because they're so far away, you know. Or
Right.
and it seems like they want to send all. I don't want to say riffraff. That's a disrespectful word, but they want to send all the hard asses, the hard noses,
Yeah, the
hard
knuckleheads,
cases,
bro.
the knuckleheads.
The
Yeah,
knuckleheads.
they get them all on
And-
one
and-
island and burn it down. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and see what it is, homie. And me and the homies used to talk about it is, you know what's another big. Everything that you just said is true. You know, one of the biggest factors in that though is this, bro. There's no dope on the yard, bro, because it's so damn far.
Dry ass yard. People ain't getting.
Dry as fuck.
people ain't getting
nobody
visits.
No visits.
Oh yeah, man.
You know
That's
what I'm saying?
you got to just.
I mean, come on, bro. Motherfuckers got 450 years. Ain't never gonna lick on no pussy a day in their life. I mean, bro, you just asking for it, bro.
Yeah, you got people in there that just ain't really caring at all. You know.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, it was a big like. I've told people this before. They couldn't understand what I was saying when I said it, but I know you'll understand what I'm saying. Like, it was a big deal to like even the COs that I had a parole date, bro.
Oh yeah.
Because they're so used to dealing with motherfuckers having 7, 8 life sentences, 900 years, 75 to life. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
they're
that's.
like, damn, this motherfucker about to go home in a
What's the most time on that yard you heard about somebody having?
Honestly, bro. That's a good question. Just off the top of my head, I know the homie from the homie Lil Country from Grape Street. I know he had like 300 and some years.
Cancel
I
Christmas.
know the homie Hambone from he's a Compton Pyru. I know he had like 190 years plus like 4 LWOPs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was game over.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the homie Hambone, nigga, trip this. This nigga never ate my guns. Hear me on this, my nigga.
Yeah.
This nigga never had pussy in his life, my nigga.
Well, I'll be.
So that nigga, I used to be like, Hambone, like, nigga, what's up? Nigga, you ain't trying to. He was like, nigga, I don't need no bitch. I ain't never had a bitch, nigga.
He ain't got nothing to identify with that, so you can't. It's not like you could have a civilized conversation when it comes to a female with him, because he don't even know what a female feels like.
Nope.
Man, that's a ugly. You know that right there. Man, that's the coldest story I ever heard in my life right there.
Man, that nigga said, nigga, I used to be like, cause niggas used to joke around with that cat, bro, and be like, you know what I mean? Woo, woo. And he like, nigga, he ain't got no problem telling you, like, nigga, I'm a bitch. A bitch? What am I gonna do with a bitch? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know, so that's sad, bro.
Most definitely, man. It's sad. Man, that's a human right. You know what I mean? As a man, that's something that every man should experience, you know, that's a real man. But, it'd be like that. Anyways, man, I appreciate your time, brother, giving the real about High Desert. A lot of people talk about it. They see it on TV, man. We see removals that happen all the time, faces of victims, people that are, catching more time on top of a lot of time on top of some more time, and they ain't really even tripping. They get that free little court ride to the courthouse and get some fresh air, maybe see a chick. It's all good in the hood. But yeah, that's the harsh reality of High Desert, man. The most dangerous prison in California, period, bar none, by far, So, man, I appreciate your time, brother, and your experiences there, man. It's cold, I'm glad I didn't have to see that shit.
I'll tell you like this, it was, and I've said this before, man, is when the day I paroled, my cousin and them picked me up, man, and it was like a 13-hour drive back to San Diego. And when I got home, I went upstairs and I saw my dad, and I gave him a hug, and man, I just started bawling, bro. Like it was like the relief, bro, that I made it up out that motherfucker. I felt like I cheated death, my nigga. Like honestly,
there's definitely not a lot of people that have been to High Desert and made it out. I guarantee that. You're very. That's why I say, man, it's against the grain. You was in there not only short time in it, motherfuckers can feel some type of way about you short time in it, and just take off on you. Man. I've seen things where lifers, man, they're tired of this youngster running around talking about, oh, I only got a couple years, so they put a couple holes in them, to go along with those couple years. It happens all the time. Yeah, you just never know, man. But yeah, man, I appreciate your time, brother. It's a cold world out there. It's a crazy story, man, and we're definitely gonna have you back on. For those of you that don't know, once again, man, this is Wack Deuce, San Diego Crip, a white Crip, man, that walked against the grain on the level 4 yard in High Desert and lived to tell about it. And in that fashion, man, I hope that you guys move fast with a purpose. I hope you get everything that you want coming to you. Remember, at the end of the day, that's called hustling. It's all about uniting the raza, uniting the people as a whole, because that's what we do. And in that fashion, the gun, bang, bang.